Hello, Watem here. Welcome back to more Umineko When They Cry. Yeah, let's continue.
そんな妄言、口にするわけもないでしょ。
I mean, personally, I was hoping for mini grenades, right? Or was it mini explosives, bombs, something like that?
だって、その存在を仮定することは、ファンタジーに屈したのと全く同じだもの。ウイルスだろうと、薬物だろうと、病気だろうと、未知の要素である限り、ノックス第4条に違反する。
第4条って何の話だ？
What makes a good mystery, from memory?
ノックス第4条。未知の薬物および難解な化学装置の使用を禁ず。殺人にこれを用いてはならないという規則よ。
That's for mystery novels, writing a good mystery novel rather than actual mysteries, per se.
なんだそりゃ。未知の薬物 X、 未知の化学装置 X は魔女と戦う上での一番の武器だろうが。
それ全部正式なミステリーでは違反だから。未知のウイルス、未知の薬物、未知の病気、未知の X を仮定なんて立派なファンタジーなわけ。
I mean, so if we go with the software stuff, typically if you've got some kind of break-in of like hacking in, if you're up to date at least, but it will be with undiscovered, unknown, generally unknown exploits. 0 days is what governments use at least. Yeah, and so you expect it to be something unknown that hasn't been accounted for yet, that's being exploited.
ご愁傷様。それがあなたの推理だったなら、あなたゲームオーバーよ。
And the race is on to figure out what was the exploit.
何を言ってやがんだ。
あなたはベアトと真正面から戦ってきたつもりでいる。でもね、本当は違うのよ。真正面じゃない。ずれた角度で戦い合ってたの。あなたがしてた推理ごっこはファンタジー対ミステリーじゃない。ファンタジー対アンチファンタジーでしかないのよ。
何を言ってやがるのかさっぱりわからねえぜ。
Don't let her lead you astray.
だが一つだけわかることがある。俺のこれまでの戦い方にケチをつけたいらしいってことだ。
私たちは魔女幻想というファンタジーを殺すために戦ってるのよ。それはつまりこの物語を正式なミステリーで解釈するということ。
Do we have to though? Do we really have to?
つまりミステリーの禁忌に触れるすべての要素は初めから無視して書かれということよ。
無視だと？
例えばこれまでのゲームで何度も密室殺人があったでしょ。
ああ。
あなたはベアトとその度に犯行現場で隠し扉が存在しないかどうか随分と熱心に確認していたわね。まるでそれ自体が戦いであるかのように。赤き真実を織り交ぜてガキンガキンと派手に。あれ、私に言わせると時間の無駄。
Uh-huh.
だってノックス第3条で明記されてるんだもの。秘密の通路の存在を禁ず。ミステリーではね、秘密の通路はあっちゃいけないの。
And yet they are still a relatively common trope in mysteries.
つまり正式なミステリーとして解釈しようとする場合、隠し扉があるのかどうかなんて論争初めからしたら負けなのよ。
I don't agree with this. Like, it'll be some element needs to be hidden some way or another in order for it to be a mystery, and so hidden compartments, hidden passageways are relatively common. As long as you leave the narrative open to people realizing that it could be a possibility. So basically these are rules for creating a good mystery for a novel, as I mentioned earlier, but what that basically means is that you need to give enough for the reader to make guesses and potentially get the right guess. So as long as you leave that open, as long as you don't just pull something out of the air that couldn't be guessed in any way, shape or form, then yeah, that's fine. Hidden doors in particular, if you left it as, like, if it fits the characters involved, then that's fine. I feel like in this one, in Umineko especially, magic being a possibility, if you're specifically bringing up magic and that's the whole point of it, then yeah, you could leave that open as a possibility. I don't think it is in this case, but it would be valid because you've left open that possibility and made it very explicit that it is a possibility. Until, we started saying that Beato can't win. In the same way, rich person, eccentric, who does those kinds of things, or if they've already seen other examples of hidden passageways in the building. Anyway, let's just keep going.
だってないんだから。存在するかもしれないと疑う時点でもうゲームオーバー。つまり犯行現場に隠し扉が存在しないことが証明されてないから推理できないなんて。
I mean, yeah. Of course you can start theory building even without having proven that there aren't hidden doors. You just have that as a branch. I've mentioned before that, like, you bring up possibilities and you branch off of them, and you get what would be the results of those branches until the branch gets cut off at an earlier point, or until you reach a contradiction, and then you can work backwards from that contradiction until, like, if you've got multiple contradictions on a branch, you can cut off anything that requires something that leads into a contradiction, and so you can work backwards that way. So you suppose that there could be a hidden door or compartment or something, and you leave those branches open but you can also pursue other branches as well, all at the same time until it gets cut off.
甘ったれたあなたはミステリー失格。その時点でゲームオーバー。
So going with branches example again, the goal of the witch side isn't to show that there could be a magic solution. She's already said, yes, well, it's a locked room, but I could open it with my magic, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. What she's trying to do is prove that there does not exist any possibility that doesn't involve magic. All you need to do is find a single branch that leads to a result that doesn't require magic. I mean, you can say, well, it could have been this. I don't know if it was, but could have been, and so which is not required.
ミステリーで解釈する戦いをしてるつもりだったんでしょ。ならミステリーのお約束にちゃんと従わなきゃ。
You got a bit too engrossed in it.
そういうことよ。
Is that what the detective character we were seeing earlier was about?
すべての犯行現場には隠し扉が存在してはならないの。だからその存在を確かめる行為はすべて時間の無駄ってわけ。
お前が言ってるのはあれだろ。どこかで聞いたな。推理小説の条件10か条みたいなやつだったか。
ええ、そうよ。希代の魔女狩り大司教ノックスが振りかざす魔女をうがつ10本のくさびよ。それこそが魔女幻想というファンタジーと真正面から戦い打ち破るための正しい武器。さすがベルンね。
I guess I should have expected them to bring it up since they mentioned in, well, the last episode, I think it was for Canon's death, there is no body, how, something, one of them is like how anti-fantasy, how anti-mystery, after two statements, one of them being like, he is dead in red, how anti-mystery. His body isn't there, how anti-fantasy. I forget exactly how it goes, but yeah. I guess I should have expected him to bring up Nox.
厄介な武器を持ち込むこと。
I had been thinking of something else as well, but I've forgotten it as well now.
ファンタジーの大敵だわ。
犯行現場を調べもせずに隠し扉の存在を初めから否定できるなんて。
Yeah, that's right. So, along the lines of, like, using zero-day exploits for software, you could find some poison that no one's ever discovered before, or a bacteria no one's ever discovered before, and kill someone with it. It's something that is totally possible to do. Wouldn't make for a good mystery novel, but it would be something possible to do. And so, it's not like the police are just going to go, well, we don't know what this disease is, so we'll just have to rule that out as cause of death. Yeah. One other thing I was thinking of. Oh well.
俺にはそれこそファンタジーだぜ。
魔女側を受け持つラムダはファンタジー。それと戦う私はミステリー。あなたはただファンタジーを否定して交わし続けるのがやっとのアンチファンタジー。何から何まで反対だけど対案は一つも出せない。
And actually, going back and combining a few things that I said before, with some unknown disease or drug or something, yeah, if you don't need to know a specific drug if you've got like a character who's a herbalist or something like that, or a doctor. Because you don't need to know the specific drug, it's just something that they work with. You expect them to have that kind of knowledge, and potentially resources to do. Or a character that's infatuated with poisons. Anyway, moving on.
あなた、どっかの国の政治家みたいね。
うるせえぞ。お前たちとわけのわからねえ話をするためにここに戻ってきたんじゃねえ。
You didn't? I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
さっさと話を続けろ。
静かになさいよ。あんたの後ろの眠り姫が辛そうよ。
Beato? When he turned around, he saw Beato's living corpse resting in a chair. However, sweat glistened all over her body, and it felt like she was breathing a little harder than normal. It looked as though she was suffering from a high fever.
ベアート、どうしたんだ？大丈夫か？
大丈夫かって。あんたおかしなこと言うのね。その子を殺すためにあんたは戦ってるんでしょうが。あんたに合わせて第5のゲームを改装しているけれど、ゲームは今ベルンがかなり追い込んでいて、魔女幻想を打ち破ろうとしているの。その存在が否定されかかってるんだもの。苦しむのは当然だわ。
あなただって今金蔵が存在するわけがないと魔女幻想を打ち破ったわ。あなたの攻撃がベアトに通った証拠よ。彼女のその苦悶は
At least try to wipe away the sweat on Beato's forehead with a handkerchief. Sure, I promised Beato that I'd let her die. It's supposed to happen peacefully. Sure. Tell all that to yourself as you continue to stab her. I wasn't planning on to make her suffer first. My goal isn't to make the sleeping Beato suffer like this before killing her. As if they'd seen right through to my mixed feelings. The witches grinned.
姉貴が遺産遺産って騒ぐから親父に聞かれちまったんじゃねえかよ。
私のせいじゃないわよ。どうしようもないでしょ。たまたま廊下にいて聞かれてたなんて事故でしょ、事故。
予算か二人とも。今回は運が悪かったと思って諦めるんや。
How far back in time is this one?
男の機嫌なんてほっとけばコロッと治るもんやで。
気分を害したお父さんがおかしな衣装を残さないでくれるといいわね。
Relatives took a deep breath and fell silent.
こら、マリアムはしゃがないの。エンジェちゃんが転んだらどうするの。
So I think this is the first, if we're continuing off from where we left off, this would be the first, hang on, adventure conference? Okay, yeah. First conference, after Kinzo's death.
お待たせしました。船の準備が整いました。
I feel like his hair wasn't quite the same before.
ほな行くで。今はぐちぐち言っても始まらんで。
またのご来島を心よりお待ち申し上げております。
Alright, so this is as we're leaving. Interesting. Guess that makes sense, since they talked about having been overheard in Viron of the Dogs, so yeah, it already happened. Natsu was sitting on a bench in the rose garden, looking completely worn out. However, when she noticed that Kanon and Kumasawa were coming back, she immediately sat up straight, regaining the dignity of a head's wife.
船は出ましたか。
はい、たった今出港なされました。
そうでしたか。見送りご苦労でした。主人はどうしてますか。
And you know, making sure that they've gone.
先ほどお部屋にお戻りになりました。お休みになられるとのことです。
Since the previous day, Kraus had been almost overwhelmed by anxiety over the thought that Kinzo's death might be discovered. When the family conference ended, his weariness must have suddenly gotten a hold of him. However, the way he had refused to let even a sliver of his true intentions slip out, and the manner in which he had managed to act as though everything was normal, showed that Kraus's nerve was nothing to sneeze at.
どうでしたか？彼らはお父様のことを不審がってはおりませんでしたか？
いいえ。親方様に遺産分配の話を立ち聞きされたと。エヴァ様などはそれは大騒ぎでしたとも。
How did they do that? How were they convinced that he overheard them talking about the inheritance?
あの慌てっぷり、傑作でしたね。
はい。大層取り乱しておいででした。
しかし、熊沢もなかなかの演技力ですね。
Interesting.
あの廊下での慌てっぷりは、本当にそこにお父様がいらっしゃったかのようでしたよ。
熊沢さんはそういうのが大変お上手ですから。
So I guess maybe like an open door or something which she was outside of. And then they closed the door before anyone could look inside.
あら、やだやだ、褒めすぎですよ。
I don't know. Something like that, maybe.
熊沢の病欠の電話は簡単に信じないよう、よく現地に言っておかなくてはなりませんね。
それは手厳しゅうございますよ。
本当にご苦労でした。お前たちと源氏とシャノンには約束通り過去1ヶ月分の休暇の買い上げと新たに5日の有給を与えます。秘密の手当ですよ。取得に際しては源氏と相談し、他の使用人たちに気取られないように。
ええ、心得ておりますとも。ねえ。
熊沢さん、声が大きいです。
お、いけないいけない。
そうですね。この話はこれまでとします。各自通常のお勤めに戻るように。そうそう、ゴーダに特別にお茶の用意をさせました。いただくように。
How's the money-making thing going, I wonder? Natsui let them know she wanted to be left alone for a while, so she could drink some black tea in the rose garden. Black tea that had been carried all the way to the bench was the Sri Lankan tea Dumbula that she had promised Beato, along with some patti. Sitting on either side of the snack, staring at it curiously, the wife overhead and her witch could be seen.
これがパティスですか。私はてっきり焼き菓子のようなものだとばかり。
Apparently, Natsui, not realizing that it had a curry-like spicy flavor, started choking after putting it in her mouth. To describe it in Japanese terms, it was like fried dumplings stuffed with mashed curry-flavored potatoes. The household dish would probably be pretty popular with the kids. However, it was something of a shock to Natsui, who expected that a treat to go with tea would be sweet.
知らんのか？ディンブラといえばこれだぞ。紅茶ならクッキー。ああ、チョコでもよいな。日本茶なら羊羹だが、塩昆布でもよい。中国茶なら小籠包。わらわは月餅も好きだ。
驚きました。
Like the pattern there.
随分と文化に詳しいのですね。
まあ、伊達に1000年は生きておらぬ。世界の名茶は一通り試した。お茶の世界旅行 といったところか。
確かにそれは立派な世界旅行ですね。このような紅茶の楽しみ方もあると今日初めて知りましたので、これは貴重な体験です。
わらわは六軒島より出られぬ身。これくらいしか旅をすることはできぬでな。そなたはどうか。富豪の妻らしく世界を優雅に旅してきたのであろうが。
ジェシカが生まれる前は主人はいろいろな国に私を連れて行ってくれました。嫁ぐまでは一度も海外旅行をしたことがなかったのでどれも新鮮な体験でしたよ。
Where to? I wonder.
そなたも窮屈な家に生まれたらしいな。
厳格でしたが素晴らしい教育を施してくれましたよ。それを窮屈と呼んではお父様とお母様に失礼です。
雄弁に窮屈であると語っておるわ。
Rouse might have pitied Natsuhi. Or he might have wanted to take her away from the rigid Shromir family for a little bit and let her rest. Or he might simply have wanted to take his wife around countries he knew well, to show off everything he knew.
主人はお父様と違ってアジアの国が好きで、香港、台湾、韓国にタイ。
That would have been before, went back to China, I would guess.
マレーシアも行きましたっけ？
Yeah, it would be.
クラウスめ、金蔵の西洋かぶれに反抗したつもりか。しかしアジアも良いぞ。日本人は丸ごと西洋かぶれだからな。外国といえば西洋しか想像せん。西があれば東もあろうに。
私も西洋の知識はそこそこにありましたが、東洋の知識はあまりなかったもので、旅先でいろいろと主人にからかわれましたっけ。
Berto subtly peered into Natsu's heart as the latter grumbled that the trips had all been very tiring. All trips are. Don't go on trips to relax. You go on trips for a change.
いいか？これは便道という。ここでは庶民的な嗜好品だ。
It looked like a small round gourd-like nut that had been smashed with a cucumber wedged in it. At a glance, it looked as though it would probably taste like pickles.
なるほど。これをかじればよいのですか。
As she tried to bite for one her husband was holding, he suddenly moved it away. It felt kind of embarrassing, like she was a fish after some bait.
まあ待て。便道には食べ方がある。確かにかじるのは正しい。
However,
かじる。もぐもぐと噛む。しかし食べてはならない。
Okay.
かじって噛むのに食べてはならないのですか？
かじって噛む。食べてはならん。そして汁も飲んではならん。胃を痛めるからな。
わかりません。どうしてそんなものを食べなければならないのです？
Can you spit it out?
ガムのようなものと思え。
That would be a good analogy. Yep.
噛んで味を楽しむ。噛んだくずと汁はこうして紙コップに吐き出す。
あなた、お口の中が真っ赤ですよ。
Ah, okay, yes.
拭いて拭いて。
Even her favourite handkerchief, which he had wiped Krause's mouth with, had bright red marks on it. Something that's poisonous if eaten or drunk, and it makes the inside of your mouth so bright red. Having to spit something out after you've put it in your mouth. How indecent. Thinking this, Natsuya adamantly refused Klaus's invitation.
嫌です嫌です。結構です結構です。
こういうのは異文化体験だぞ。ここでしかできない体験をしなければ旅行の意味がない。
Klaus kept chewing, ignoring the fact that even his lips were being colored bright red.
こいつは親父殿も好きだよね。昔は取り寄せたのか、屋敷のテラスでももぐもぐやっていたものだ。夏日が来てからはやめたようだね。
Interesting. But yeah, this is a nice little touch. I'm going to be ending it there for today, though. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, continue. Bye.